Welcome to the Chop Seat, where Braves country meets the big leagues. Your host Vic is here to break down everything from truest part to the top of the standings across the league. From walk-offs to wild trades, this is your seat for everything baseball, but a heavy dose of chop. So grab your glove and settle in, because the Chop Seat is open.
Welcome to the Chop Seat, your favorite place for Braves, baseball, and the rest of the league. I'm your host, Vic, and today is Friday, March 27th, which means it's Braves opening day. The day is finally here. Let's go. We're ready. I got the jersey on. I got the snapback. I'm ready. I got the food going downstairs pretty soon. We're gonna have some snacks. I'm gonna be watching it like I'm at my truest. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna feel like I'm out there. I'm really not, but I'm gonna feel like I'm out there. I'm gonna get the environment, get the mood just right. I'm gonna be hyped. I'm hyped. You guys should be hyped. Let's go. It's about time. We had a disappointing season last year. We're about to turn it around starting today. Starts tonight out in Truist. We're going to be hosting the Kansas City Royals. But again, opening day is finally here. We had to wait. We have game one of the season on Wednesday between the New York Yankees and the San Francisco Giants. We had to wait. We had to watch that and wait. And then we had a few more. I think it was about 11 games that went down yesterday. Braves were off. And I know they were scheduled to play yesterday in the beginning when the schedule first came out, but the game was moved. I'm not exactly sure why. I don't remember at this moment. I should have looked it up, but I didn't. But they moved it to Friday. Game one, again, is tonight, 7:15 p.m. Eastern time. That is first pitch is slated for. So, yeah, we're going to talk some Braves, man. We're going to talk some Braves. Finally, we're going to have some games, some content to talk about instead of over here speculating and talking about a whole bunch of nonsense like some places do. But listen, again, it's finally here. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If this is your first time tuning in, you just happen to come across the Chop Seat, make sure to follow us on Instagram at the Chop Seat Pod. Again, at the Chop Seat Pod on Instagram and every other platform. We're at the Chop Seat. That's X, Facebook, YouTube. What else? TikTok. Don't forget TikTok. Also at the Chop Seat on TikTok. And if this is your first time coming into the show, we usually do a Tomahawk Take segment, which is when we catch up with the action with the Atlanta Braves. Then we do an MOB. We kind of try and recap what's going on around the league. And then we do a Braves forecast where we preview the upcoming Braves series. We're not going to do no Braves forecast tonight. We might do a quick MOB, real quick, but we're definitely going to do a Tomahawk Takes. So to get it started, let's start off with that segment, Tomahawk Takes.
It's time for Tomahawk Takes.
It's time for Tomahawk Takes, where we take a look at the action with the Atlanta Braves. And Tomahawk Takes is brought to you by our friends at SeatGeek. Use code CHOPSEAT20 for $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek. You want to go catch game one. I know it might be last minute when this video pops up. But listen, sometimes it's like that. You didn't get your ticket before. You see this video popping up on your feed and code CHOPSEAT20. It's a sign. It's a sign to go to the opening day game tonight at 7. I guess we can call it opening night. Use code CHOPSEAT20 and you're going to save $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek. You can catch any baseball game, any football game. There's no football going on. What am I talking about? Let's try that again. Baseball, basketball, hockey, college basketball, March Madness. That's going on right now. You can catch one of those games on SeatGeek using code CHOPSEAT20. You get $20 off your first purchase. So before we get into the game tonight, let's talk about the opening day roster, which was released a couple of days ago. Here it is. If you're looking at the video version of the podcast, there's an image here showing you, courtesy of the Braves, of course, showing you the opening day roster. Pitchers go as follow. Osvaldo Bido, he makes the opening day roster. He was just claimed off of waivers from the Yankees, I believe it was. He was previously with the Athletics He, again, just picked up. He made the opening day roster. Aaron Bummer is going to be in there. Bryce Elder, Didier Fuentes, the young kid from Colombia. Grant Holmes is going to be there. Raiso Iglesias, Tyler Kinley, Dylan Lee, Reynaldo Lopez, Joe Piamps, Chris Sale, Jose Suarez, and Robert Suarez. That is who will be joining the Braves opening day pitching staff. Catchers, we're going to have Drake Baldwin and Jonah Heim. Infielders, we have Ozzy Albies, Mauricio Dubon, Kyle Farmer, Jorge Mateo, Matt Olson, Austin Riley, and Dominic Smith. And in the outfield, we're going to have Ronald Acuna Jr., Michael Harris II, Eli White, and Mike Yastrzemski. That is who will be on the opening day roster for your Atlanta Braves. Now, let's look at this real quick here. Now, let me take this image off, of course. This is the opening day lineup. Opening day lineup goes as follows. And people were already complaining, which is ridiculous, bro. Because, guys, we haven't even started the first game. Let's see how this lineup goes. Let's see if it flows. And then we can, criticize it. But you guys are already criticizing it. But I haven't seen the first pitch yet, which is insane to me. This is how the lineup is going to go down. Remember, it's a left-handed pitcher today, and Cole Reagan's starting for the Kansas City Royals. So you're going to have Ronald Acuna Jr. leading off. Again, he's in right field. Drake Baldwin, he's going to be batting second. He's going to be DHing today because it was announced Jonah Heim will be getting the nod at catcher. So Drake Baldwin will be in there as the DH. This is where it got a little controversial for you guys that are complaining already. Ozzy Albies, second baseman. He will be batting third. This is his 9th opening day as the Braves' second baseman, the most in franchise history. Congrats to him. Matt Olson will be batting cleanup. He, of course, is at first base. Austin Riley batting 5th. He's, of course, at third base. Eli White gets the start. He was going to be out in left field. He's batting 6th. Mauricio Dubon playing shortstop. He'll be batting 7th. Jonah Heim at catcher batting 8th. And then Michael Harris in center field batting 9th. I like the lineup. I don't have any problems with it at all. At all. I mean, you're going to put Eli White to start because you have Cole Reagan's the lefty pitching. Then later on, we're most definitely probably going to see Mike Yastrzemski have a pinch hit at bat come in for Eli White. We might even see Jorge Mateo come in later on and play a shortstop if there's if he has a pinch run for someone, a double switch or something like that. We might see him come in and grab some innings there at the shortstop position. We'll see what White decides to do. But more than likely, Mike Yastrzemski will be coming in for Eli White in this ball game. And that's probably how it's going to go down for the rest of the season. If it's a righty pitching, it's probably going to be Yastrzemski starting out in left field. Obviously, we don't have Profar anymore. Thank you, Profar, for getting caught with PEDs. Once again, he's out for the season, so don't forget that. But that is how the lineup is going to go down for tonight's game 1 of the season. Again, I have no problems with it. I know people were complaining. Let me put the image again. People were complaining about Ozzy maybe batting third, that Austin Riley should have been there. Guys, let's let it flow. Let's see how it goes. Obviously, you want Ozzy there. He's a switch hitter. He's going to be switching up. Once a righty comes in, you're going to have them 3 straight lefties. You're going to have Drake Baldwin, Ozzy, and Matt Olson in there. 3 straight lefties once a righty comes in. And then if the lefty, you got 3 straight lefties. You have 3 straight righties after Olson with Austin Riley, Eli White, and Mauricio Dubon. And then Jonah Heim balances it out, being a switch hitter. And then, again, Michael Harris at the bottom. Obviously, he's a lefty. So I like the there's a lot of balance in this lineup. You're going to be switching sides. Obviously, hopefully, there's going to be some pitching changes by the Royals, because if not, that means that Cole Reagan is absolutely cooking, which will not be good for us in game 1. So we'll see. We'll see what goes down. But I don't have any problems with the lineup, honestly. I really don't. I think Drake Baldwin, he might be the one of the best hitters on the team. So you definitely got to put him there to bat second. You obviously have Acuna batting first, setting the table for him. He we already know he can knock one out of the park. He can draw a walk, make that a double. He can make that a double easily. We'll see if he's going to be aggressive. On the base paths. Hopefully he is this season with the help of Antoine Richardson, helping him to do it, aggressively but safely as well. We don't want him to get hurt like that. So again, you got Acuna up top. You got Drake Baldwin. This guy has very good back control. He can easily poke one out to the right-hand side, move him over. If Ronnie's already on second, he can move him over to third. And you got two shots to, drive him in with Ozzie and Matt Olson. And then hopefully Austin Riley could, continue to follow with some base hits as well. So I like the lineup. I like the way it's constructed. I don't have any problems with it. Again, we haven't even seen the first pitch yet. We haven't even seen if it's flowing like that. I think it's going to flow. I don't think it's going to be a problem. Obviously, it gets a little bit weaker when you get to the bottom of the order. Most batting orders are like that unless you're the Dodgers. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have any problems with it. I think we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. I'm excited to see that bullpen, though. I'm excited to see that bullpen. If the Braves have a lead, obviously, the 8 and 9 innings, they should be live. So hopefully Rysell is going to be the second half Rysell. And the Rysell that we've seen of past, except for that first half last season, which was atrocious. But if he's on that 8th and 9th inning, if we're going into those innings with a lead, I feel confident, man. I feel confident. You got Robert Suarez coming in the 8th. You got Rysell, shutting things down in the 9th. It's game over there. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. We'll see what goes down here. I'm putting up this image again. I don't know why. But I'm assuming when it comes to the bullpen, I'm assuming the 7th inning guy is going to be probably Dylan Lee. Or maybe, depending on the matchups, it's probably going to be either Dylan Lee or Tyler Kinley there. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. But, Dylan Lee was ice cold last year, man. The guy was phenomenal. He was phenomenal when it came to his numbers last season. So, again, the bullpen, I think, is going to be one of our strengths this year. Anthopoulos, you got to give him credit. He definitely went out and bolstered that bullpen. I'm glad he did because last year that bullpen was not solid, bro. That bullpen was not solid at all, man. It was too shaky, man. Especially starting with Rysell Iglesias, man. That was tough to see, bro. Really tough to see. But again, I think depending on the matchups, I think that's who we're going to get in the 7th inning. It's probably going to be either Dylan Lee or Tyler Kinley. Obviously, Dylan Lee, the lefty, Tyler Kinley, the righty. And then, going down the list, you're probably going to have, Joe Payamps maybe in the 6th. Jose Suarez, you could also throw him in the 6th inning. Aaron Bummer. I know they really didn't use him as one of the main guys when Snitker was there, and I don't think he's going to follow either. I think he's going to be maybe like a long relief guy, maybe like in the 5th, 6th inning, midway through the game if needed. So, that's what I think. And then Joe Payamps, probably the same thing with him as well. So we'll see. Obviously, these starters, Chris Sale is the ace. He's going to be pitching game 1. That's already been established. For game 2 is going to be Reynaldo Lopez. And then for game 3, obviously, it was supposed to be Spencer Strider. I mentioned it in our last episode. But it's now going to be Grant Holmes getting the ball in game 3 on Sunday. So, again, just to refresh your memory, if you don't remember, if you forgot, game 1 tonight, 7:15 p.m. Eastern start time is going to be Chris Sale on the mound defending Truist Park against the Kansas City Royals. Is going to be Cole Reagan starting for them. Then game 2 tomorrow, that's going to be at 7:15 p.m. as well. That is going to be Michael Walker against Reynaldo Lopez. And then game 3 is going to be Seth Lugo against Grant Holmes. That's going to be, and actually Saturday's game is going to be on Fox. So make sure you keep an eye out for that one. That's going to be on national television. Now, Braves obviously announced, they made a lot of announcements today when it came in regards to the to Braves Vision and where customers are able to find those the ball games, but the channel that they're gonna have. So I saw that they signed, made a deal with Fubo. Fubo is getting into the action. Fubo TV. Who else was it? It was DirecTV, Xfinity. I think it was Comcast. All that good stuff. So if you're down in Braves country and you got any of those channels, make sure to just look it up. The Braves social media page has done a pretty good job with that, making you guys aware of where to get the Braves game, where to find Braves Vision. If you're out of network, out of market, like myself, up Northeast, continue to watch the games the way you've been watching it. You know what I mean by that. Continue to watch the games the way you've been watching it. If you have MLB TV, continue to do that. You'll get Braves Vision courtesy of MLB TV, because obviously we are not in market, so we're not going to deal with any blackouts now. If it's against obviously a team in the area you're in, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to get blacked out on MLB TV. For example, Mets, Yankees, and Red Sox, where I'm at here in the Northeast, you're going to get a blackout. So continue to watch the games the way you've been watching them if you're out of market. That's all I can say. You should know what I mean by that. Anyways, what else we got? I think that's it. I think that's it. That's all we got. I would usually do a Braves forecast. Talking about the next series that's going to go down, but I'll just keep it up in this segment. I'll just keep it in Tomahawk Takes. That's going to be a series against the Athletics. That's starting on Monday, 7:15 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be, they don't have the probable starters for the Athletics. For the Braves, is going to be Bryce Elder taking the ball in that game, the fifth game of the season. That's Tuesday's game. I'm pretty sure they don't have the Braves starter announced yet. Yes, it's going to be TBD. It might be Osvaldo B, though. It might be Osvaldo B, though. It might be. I don't think they're going to put Didier in there yet. Well, we'll see. We'll see what Walt Weiss decides to do. But that's all we have, guys. That's all we have for the Tomahawk Take segment. I'm excited and I can't wait. It's currently 6:43 p.m., so we got about another 30 minutes left until game time. So yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully we can stay healthy. Hopefully the bats, we're not going to get the 2023 bats back. I know that, but hopefully the bats, are better than average. We get some pop going like we were in 23. And again, we don't got to, set franchise records and all that, but, along with some nice, healthy pitching from this point forward. We've already dealt with a lot of injuries, but if we have some nice, healthy pitching from this point forward, some quality innings with a really good offense and a lockdown bullpen, I think we'll be okay. So we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think, how the Braves season is going to go. Are you optimistic? Let me know how you guys are feeling. Are you guys are feeling good? You guys think the Braves aren't going to be able to compete in the National League East? Let me know in the comments. Clip that. If I say clip that, they're supposed to clip that. We'll see if that works. We'll see if they're, telling me the truth here on this platform that I'm streaming from. Anyways, that's it for Tomahawk Takes. Like I said, we're going to do a quick MLB. So let's head into that segment real quick.
It's time for the MLB.
It's now time for the MLB, where we catch up with the action from around the league. In order to do that, we're going to take a quick look at the games that went down from Wednesday till now. Wednesday night, opening night across the major leagues. It was only one game, but again, they're part of the major, so it was opening night. It was the New York Yankees at the San Francisco Giants. Yankees take that one 7-0. They shut out the Giants in game 1 of the season. Then we had the Pittsburgh Pirates at the New York Mets. And before I give you the score, Aaron Judge was getting complained about after that first game. I think he went 0 for 5 with 4 Ks. People were already going crazy on him. But listen, he's fine. I just got a notification. He hit his first homer a few minutes ago. So he's going to be okay, guys. You guys got to relax. Again, it's just the first game of the season. We got the Pirates at the New York Mets. Paul Skeens was taking out the game early, bro. Early. I don't got the stats in front of me, but he was taking out the game early. I think they tagged him with 5 runs. O'Neal Cruz had himself a field day out of center field. I don't know what he was doing, bro. I don't know. O'Neal, ¿qué pasó, dog? ¿Qué pasó, papá? He was looking crazy out there. Mets win this one 11-7. Milwaukee Brewers hosting the Chicago White Sox. They scored 2 touchdowns on the White Sox. 14-2 victory for them. Munetaka Murakami, though, hits his first homer in garbage time. Congrats to him hitting his first major league homer. Washington Nationals at the Chicago Cubs. They take the first game on the road. The Nationals do 10-4 victory there. Baltimore Orioles hosting the Minnesota Twins. A close one, 2-1 victory for the Baltimore Orioles. First win of the season there. Boston Red Sox against the Cincinnati Reds. They take the first game on the road, 3-0 victory there. Los Angeles Angels on the road against the Houston Astros. They take game 1, 3-0. Detroit Tigers at the San Diego Padres, 8-2 victory for the Detroit Tigers. Serge Skubal, I'm assuming, got his first win. Again, listen, guys, going from here on out, everything's going to be organized. All the stats are going to be there and everything. But you know what? Just so I don't sound stupid. Let's just confirm that. Let's see what went on there. Serge Skubal gets his first win of the season, indeed. We could just assume, right? We could just assume. Anyway, St. Louis Cardinals hosting the Tampa Bay Rays in game 1 of their season. They win that one 9-7 against the Tampa Bay Rays. Philadelphia Phillies win their first game 5-3 against the Texas Rangers. The Dodgers, defending champs, 2 times defending champs, they win their first game 8-2 against the Diamondbacks. And then Cleveland Guardians at the Seattle Mariners. The Guardians take game 1 on the road 6-4. The other 2 games that are going to be having their opening nights tonight are the Colorado Rockies. They'll be going up against the Miami Marlins out in Miami. And then you have the Athletics on the road in Canada. They'll be facing the Toronto Blue Jays. So that is how the MLB goes down for whoa, hold on. We did have some signings here. We did have some not signings, but we did have some extensions being passed out. The Cubs, they give Nico Horner a $141 million extension. That's the 4th largest contract ever for a second baseman, so congrats to him. The Orioles also give Shane Baz a 5-year extension worth $68 million. He receives that after joining the team from the Rays. The Mets, they signed outfielder Tommy Pham to a minor league deal. And didn't I see something with PCA? Yeah, PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong. Listen, the Cubs are making moves, man. They're locking up their young players. They agreed to a 6-year extension with no club option with Pete Crow Armstrong for worth $115 million. So that is what we have around the league. That is all we have for the MLB. Let me take this techno song off. I know you guys are dancing, taking off your buttons off. Relax. It's opening night, but you still gotta relax a little bit. Gotta relax. Anyways, that is all we have for today's episode of the Chop Seat. I'm gonna try to throw this episode out before first pitch. Again, if this is your first time coming across the show, you want to follow us on all the social media platforms. It's at the Chop Seat Pod on Instagram, and it's at the Chop Seat on YouTube, X/Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook. So make sure you want to keep in touch with the show, that you're able to follow on all those platforms. The podcast is found on any any podcast platform, Spreaker, Apple Music, not Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Prime, anywhere you get your podcast, bro. Anywhere you get your podcast, the podcast is available. And last thing, one more time. Let's do it one more time. If you want to go hit a game up, opening night, Atlanta, Truist. You want to catch that tonight. Last minute plans. Go to SeatGeek and use code CHOPSY20. And you're going to save $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek. Again, you got last minute plans. You want to go catch a game. You want to go to Truist, catch the opening night. Go to SeatGeek and use code CHOPSY20 for $20 off your first purchase. Listen, if you're not a Braves fan, but you want to watch any other sporting event, any concert, any show, you can also use that code CHOPSY20, and you're going to save $20 off your first purchase. That is all I have, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. Continue to share the show so the show can keep growing. Of course, we want the show to grow. Why not? Anyways, it's game 1 tonight. Hopefully the Braves can get their first W of the season. Hopefully we don't go 0-8, 0-7, whatever the heck we did last year, because that was terrible. And I don't want to go through that again. I really don't. Anyways, I keep saying anyways. That's all I got, guys. Thank you so much. And we will see you on Monday. We'll recap this series and we'll preview the series with the Athletics. And also we'll preview what is going to be going down around the league. So until then, stay safe, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. And we will see you next time on The Chop Seat.